Hello, today we will be looking at the quotes to cash process in Sage 300. I have logged in as an admin and I'll go to order entry, then order entry transactions, then order entry. And while in this page, input the customer intent to quote. I can have various templates, okay, for this particular quotation. Here I specify the order date. Then since it's a quotation, under the order type I will select quotation, or quote rather. Specify the ship to location, the delivery by date, the shipping date, and the shipping carrier. Okay. Under the description we can put maybe RFQ number from the customer, and then if there's a reference, okay, so I'd rather put that on the reference and maybe still put it on the description. Tracking number. And then before we fill the lines, just going through these tabs here, under the customer tab you can specify the price list you want to use for this particular customer, the tax group, and the customer account sets, which is the account receivable sets. Okay, and then here you have like the settlements terms. Okay, if you have if this customer is a 30-day customer, or if you want to give this customer a 2% discount whenever they pay 10 days before their 30 days aging period, you can select that one. Okay, then we'll go to the taxes. This is where you specify your taxes. In Sage 300 you can have multiple tax. It's a multiple taxes. Then under the optional field, if there are other things that you would like to include that does not come standard with the solution interface, you can have them included there. The sales split will be for your sales rep. So should you want the commission that will accrue from this sale to be splitted amongst two sales reps, then you can do that easily. Okay, so if I want to add another one, I can say split it, do a 50-50 split. Okay, then the totals will show you the figure. So by the time we input our lines, we'll come back to that. So let's go to our lines now. Let's say we're quoting for that, a fluorescent. Down here you will always see the quantity on hand. If there are quantity that are still on the sales order, you will see it for this particular location. For all locations you can also see that we have 19 quantity on sales order for all locations, and then quantity on purchase order, you can see that quantity that has been committed. Okay, you can see that as well, and quantity available you can see as well. Okay, so this is for location 1. That's where I'm picking this particular item from, and say for instance I'm ordering 10 of these items. Okay, come to the second line there. Basically the rest of the fields we pull through from the system master file. So things like the unit price of the item, quantity shipped will only be populated when you have shipped that quantity, but at this, if the item has got a weight, it will be displayed automatically here, and then the price, discount fields, and so on and so forth. Let us pick another item here. So if I say I'm picking a hanging file there, so here I have 50, so I can go ahead and do maybe like a 5. Okay, all right, so let's assume that is what we are dealing with. So just to confirm, 632.35, let me confirm that the totals there, 632.35 plus my tax, bring it to 714.55. okay, so right now we're ready to post our quotation. Okay, we'll do a post here, and it's going to ask us if we want to print, so we'll say yes. So let's see how this quotation looks like. So remember that every single report can be customized to suit the customer's need. This is a crystal report, so you can customize it with the company logo and move things around as well. Okay, so the total with our tax is 714.55. okay, so let's close this. Now after the quotation has gone through, the next thing will be to raise the sales order. Now raising the sales order, you just have to come into the same field, okay, and pull through the information again. All right, and how do you do that? All you have to do is you come to this finder field, okay, come to this finder field here, and you can just type in the name of the customer should you know it, okay, and that's that one there. All right, so the moment you select it, it pulls up like this. Okay, now all we have to do here is just to change it to active, and the moment you do that, the field changes to a sales order field. Okay, now at this stage we can do a prepayment. You can do prepayment at the sales order level, you can even do it at the invoicing level, so it depends on how you want to do it, or how your business process is actually structured for payment purposes. Okay, now we're not going to do a prepayment here, but should you want to do it, it's just simply a button. Click on your new, and then you put in the amount the customer is going to be paying. Okay, now at this stage I'm just going to do a post, and then it's going to print a sales order document or a customer acknowledgement document. Okay, all right, so order confirmation, this is what will be sent to the customer. All right, and then we'll do a close. Now at this stage we have done the sales order, we have done the quotation. Okay, should you now want to do the shipping, you will look at, if you come down here, you will see a button called ship all. Okay, so if we want to do the shipping, all we have to do is you come here, we'll do a ship all, and then when you come to that field there, you will see that the system will automatically populate the shipping, okay, pulled from what you ordered initially. Okay, now at this stage it will not generate a shipping number because we have not posted, so you can see that the shipping number is still blank and the invoice number is still blank. But we can now do a post. When we do a post, the notification will be sent to the warehouse manager and his team, so that they can prepare these two items for shipping. Okay, so the picking slip will get to them, or whoever it is that is delivering the picking slip to the warehouse will go with this particular document, so that these items will be prepared. Okay, so once you have done that, we're just going to close this page. Now usually the warehouse manager and his team will have access to the shipment entry icon. Okay, so should they want to prepare those items for shipment, all they will have to do is they'll come in here, we'll pick up that item. So this can be done by maybe the warehouse manager or even the accounting team. It depends on how large the personnel you have in your organization is. So let's pick that shipping number. We want to filter by customer number, so I'm just going to put the customer name there. System will bring it up, which is that last one. Open it up like that. What you can do here is to create an invoice. Okay, since we have done the shipping, in order for these items to leave the vicinity, an invoice will have to go with it. Okay, so here you can tick create invoice. All right, and then come down here and repost. Okay, so you will see that the picking slip and the invoice can be printed for you should you want to. The invoice, let's see how that looks like. Okay, so we have printed the invoice, and this is what will go with our truck. Okay, now although this invoice has been created, it has not hit our general ledger. So in Sage 300, after you make or create invoices or payment like this, those invoices or payment will go through approvals. Okay, so should you have like a workflow, those invoices or payment will go through approvals, and only after they have been approved will they now be posted. Okay, so at the end of the day, we have what we call our processing, okay, which is the end of day processing. That will need to be done before those batches or those invoices that you have done in a particular day can be posted. So in order to do that, if we come to our other inventory control, come to the periodic processing, go to the day end processing there, and we'll process. Now what the system will do, the system will find all those transactions, that's the invoice, that's the quotation, everything. The system will reconcile it. Okay, now once that has been done, now before we go through, just to show you something here, if we go to receivable, so just to run an inquiry on that customer, so you'll understand that that particular amount has not affected the customer's account yet. So if we go to the customer inquiry, okay, come in here, we put the customer details. Now under the activity, the amount we invoiced was 714.55. I think you can see that the last invoice here is still 581. Okay, now it can only come in here after you have done the day end processing and post the invoice or the invoice batch. However, if you come here, you should be able to see that amount. Okay, 714 under the invoices. So now we're going to do our batch, which is under account receivable, and then we'll come into the post batches. But before we do that, just to show you how the batch will look like, so if we come up here, you will discover here that the invoice we raised, which is the 714.55, okay, is ready to post. It will only show ready to post after you have done the day end processing that we did earlier. Okay, so after that has been done, the final accountant or the final financial controller or whoever it is that processes this will now go to the post batch, okay, and do the final posting. Okay, so now it is ready to post. We can now come into our post batch tool and we post. Okay, so the system will post that, which is sequence 33 completed. Okay, at this stage, if you should go back to the customer details and run that inquiry down. So if we put in Bulus there as a customer and we go into the activity and details, you will now see that the last invoice has been displayed under the customer account. Okay, as 714.55. all right, now we have done the invoicing, so the next thing is now to do the payment or to receive the payment for this particular customer, right? Okay, now in order to do that, we'll come to account receivable, then the transactions, and we do a receipt entry, and we click on new there. We come in here and we select our customer, okay, that one there. We can put in our reference, okay, and then down here we can select so that we can see the invoice we want to allocate it to. At this stage, we want to allocate it to that particular invoice, so we'll just do apply. Yes, if you want the system to do an auto apply, then you tick this box and the system will do an auto apply from the oldest invoices. Okay, all right, then the amount we're paying here is 714.55. okay, so the moment we do that, click on add. System has added that. You can also print a bank deposit slip. Okay, so you can print that, see how that looks like. All right, so that's your bank deposit slip. You expected to take this to the bank and then deposit that particular money so that the system can keep trail or track. All right, so right now the receipt has been created. We now need to post it finally so it can hit our account and do the allocations. Okay, So if we come to the receipt batch list here, we can see that particular receipt that we posted. Okay, you can see that the status is still open and not posted. Okay, so in order to post this, we simply just come there, say it's not ready to post, you want to post, to say yes, and the entry will be posted. Okay, so at this stage, that's a complete transaction. Everything has been allocated, the receipt has been allocated to the required invoice, and everything should be balanced right now by the time you check the customer details. So just to check that, if we do a customer inquiry again, and we do the boost here, and we do the activity, you can see that my last invoice is 714.55 and my last receipt is 7144.55 or 714.55. So everything settles nicely. Okay, alright, that's about how you do the quote to cash process in Sage 300. Thank you for watching, and please do subscribe.